Welcome to Web Startup Calculator, a website that allows you to calculate how much money you can make from your software as a service idea. So, the idea is to financially model how much money it costs to have your startup idea to see whether it's viable or not. So let's take the business idea for example. Let's say it's invoicing software. For us to understand how much money we're saving a potential customer, we need to put a price on something. So let's say that it costs $5.83 per hour to work on this particular task. Let's say it's complex invoicing. So let's say it currently takes 60 minutes to do this invoicing, and with our new solution we think that we can get it down to 30 minutes. So that's half the savings. Every time we do this task, it's half the amount of time. So we need to know whether it's daily, weekly or monthly. Daily is 20 days because it's 20 working days a month, or weekly, which is once a week, so that's 4, or monthly, which is once a week. Once a month. So let's have this set to daily. So this tells us the current cost of a task is 116.6 because this happens every single day, and that's a potential savings of 58.3 per month for the customer. The reason why they want to use our product is because we are saving them some money here. So we need to decide how much money we are actually going to give them out of the savings we've generated. So we've saved potentially 58.30 per month. Out of that money we will save them money, and we'll also take some money for ourselves. So in our case we're saying the selling price is 29.15, which is 50% money for us and 50% for the customer. So that's 29.15 that they save, and that's 29.15 that we get as a company. So the time saved will be consistent, which is 10 hours. So that's another reason why they're obviously buying the software. And when we drag this, we can decide we can give the customer more savings. So we're saving them 50.14 here, but we have a low selling price. And as you see, when I drag this, it changes the amount of money saved per customer and the selling price. To understand the full financial model of this, we've got to understand our monthly costs. So let's assume that you get paid $1,000 a month and you have other costs. So let's just say it's $1,500, and from this particular tool, because of this size of the market, we're saying we think we can get 5,000 per month for this particular product. So as you see, as I typed in these numbers, we have the amount of units required, how many customers that we need to sell to per month, and this will also tell us how much sales revenue that will give us per month. So currently we've got it set to 11%, so the customer's saving a lot and we are getting 6.41. But if we drag this up and move it to 51% for example, you can see the units. Watch the units. As I drag this to the right, the number of units required is getting less, and what that actually means is that we have to sell less in order to get to this number, the 6,500. So that allows us to understand the relationship between how much we sell it for in order to get that many customers, and then you understand how many people that you need, how many sales people that you need. For example, is it possible to sell 228 units a month with one person, two people, or however you're getting your customers? So from that, it allows you to really understand what you're getting yourself into with your new business idea. Then finally you put in your email address and then you click send. So you click send and it goes to a thank you page. Then we have this, the email, we receive an email, and then if you click on this, then it takes you to the details for the business model you were looking at. But what it also gives you is a CSV file. So let's look at the CSV file a second. So remember me saying that when you drag the slider, it changes the amount of units that you have to sell. So for example, what we have here is a breakdown of the values. So for example, we've got the hourly rate, as we said, the minutes it currently takes and how long it will take now, how many times you do that same task and how many minutes you'll be saving per every time you do the task, and how much money savings you're going to save per month. And then we've got the costs and the profit wanted. So what this gives us is a breakdown of, as you were sliding your previous example, the Excel file gives you all those values. Like for example, if we have a sales price of 58, for example, not .58, where they get 99% savings, which is 57.72, then that means we have to sell 10,463 of those, which I'm sure you won't be able to do if you're, one person or even a 5-person startup. But if we change the amount of contribution per product, once you move it down to 50, for example, you can see that you've got 209 units that you have to sell a month, while still saving them 29.15. So that's a 50% savings, so that's 10 a day. Obviously, what you understand from this is that to get up to 209 may take you some time. You may not be selling 209 items in the first month or the first 6 months, but you may be getting 2 or 3 getting up to 209, and you'll only know that when you start to actually sell the product. And as like I was saying, the more contribution, let's say for example we have 80%, we can see that we sell 131 items because it's more expensive. We're getting more money, which means we sell less items, but the particular price point of how much we're making matters of how much value we're giving to the customer. So what this spreadsheet simply does is allows you to look at those values. If you don't prefer looking at the Excel value way, you can, like I said, come to the website via clicking on the email that you get for the business model itself, and you can see all those details, and quite simply you can drag this. I would appreciate that if you find this very useful, there's some sharing buttons up here that I would like you to click. That would allow other people to see this. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please let me know by emailing me, which you'll see on the thank you page.